Good morning. My name is Dr. Payal Ghosh. Today I am going to discuss Chapter 3, Meeting Life Challenges. Every day we experience different kind of challenges and we use our resources, our support system to handle those challenges. All the challenges, problems, difficult situations actually bring stress in our life. But if we handle the stress properly, it can increase the probability of our survival. So now we'll discuss what is stress. In very simple term, we can say stress means something which stress means the pressure that we face in everyday life. Stress can be described as the reaction of the individual to the events that disturb their homeostasis and the events which we feel are not within our coping ability. Hans Shelley coined the term stress in 1936. Shelley defines stress from physiological point of view. According to Shelley, stress means the non-specific response of the body to the environmental demand. Stress can also be defined from cognitive perspective. From cognitive point of view, stress means the imbalance between our demand and the resources we have to fulfill the demand. So if I feel that I don't have enough resources to handle the stressful situation, to handle the environmental demand, then my stress level will be very high. But if I feel that I have enough resources to deal the environmental demand, then my stress level will be very low. Next we will discuss nature, types and sources of stress. The word stress has its origin in the Latin word strictus. Strictus means tight or narrow. The verb form of the word strictus is stringe, which means to tighten. The inner meaning of stress is hidden in the meaning of the root words. Many people who experience stress complain the internal feeling of tightness and constriction of muscle and breathing. Next, stress is associated with constraint and demand. Demand means what we expect and constraints are something that prevent us from what we desire. Let me give you one example. Suppose I want to reach my office by 10, but I'm not able to reach my office by 10 because I'm stuck in a heavy traffic. So here my demand is to reach the office by 10, but the constraint is the heavy traffic which is preventing me from reaching my goal. So in this situation, my stress level will be very high. There are two conditions which can make a potential stress and actual stress. The two conditions are uncertainty over the outcome and the outcome is important. So the outcome is important, the outcome has significant influence in my life, but at the same time it is unpredictable. Let me give you one example. Suppose the result of one exam is very important for me because that result may help me to get a good job, to help me to get admission in a good college. At the same time, the result is unpredictable because I don't know how much I'm going to get. So in this situation, my stress level will be very high. But if the outcome is not important and the outcome is unpredictable, or the outcome is important but it is not unpredictable, in both cases, my stress level will not be much high. Next, we can compare stress with electricity. We need electricity to light the lamp, light the bulb, but if the electricity is too high, it can fuse the bulb. Similarly, we need stress in our life to perform. Without stress, we will not perform. But if the stress level is too high, that can hamper our performance. Day-to-day life stresses are known as daily hassles. In our day-to-day life, we experience different kind of problems, different kind of stresses. These stresses are known as daily hassles. Sometimes daily life stresses are resolved and sometimes it is very difficult for us to resolve the stress. This unresolved stress actually leads to strain. The psychological meaning of stress. So, the external or internal stressor evokes many psychological and biological reactions. External stressor means external pressure, societal pressure, maybe environmental factors like noise, crowd, too much heat. Internal stressor means stressor from within the person, like my own expectation, my frustration, my intrapersonal conflict. These are all internal stressor. So both external and internal stressor evoke many biological and psychological reactions. And either we perceive the situation, negative situation, as challenging one, and in that case my stress level will be low. But if I perceive the situation as a difficult one, and I perceive that I don't have resources to cope with the situation, then my stress level will be very high. The dimensions of stress. Dimensions of stress. There are 4 dimensions of stress: duration, intensity, complexity, and predictability. So stress vary from each other in terms of these 4 dimensions. Duration means how long the stress lasts. Stress can be of long duration, can be of short duration. Intensity means how intense the situation is. It can be of high intensity, it can be of low intensity. Complexity means how complex the situation is. It can be of high complexity, it can be of low complexity. And predictability means whether the situation is predictable or not. So, the situation, stressful event which is of long duration, which is prolonged, which is intense, which is complex, and which is which is unpredictable, bring more negative consequences than the stressful event which is of short duration, which is less intense, which is less complex, and which is predictable. Types of stress. We can divide stress into 3 categories: physical and environmental stress, psychological stress, and social stress. Physical stress are those stress, like physical stress means overexertion of own body, ज़्यादा मेहनत करने के वजह से exhaustion होता है, that is physical stress. Or illness or injury. If I'm sick, if I'm not able to do my daily activities, if I'm not able to reach my goal or fulfill my professional and personal commitment due to poor health, that can be a source of stress. Then unavoidable surroundings like noise, crowd, too much heat, too much cold. These are some unavoidable surroundings and they are also a source of stress. Catastrophic events like natural disasters, tsunami, earthquake, then cyclone. So these are all also sources of stress. Next we'll discuss psychological stress. Psychological stress are unique and they vary from person to person. Psychological stress are frustration, conflicts, internal pressure, external pressure. Frustration means when my goal is blocked and I'm not able to reach my goal. That can lead to frustration and that can create stress. Conflict means disagreement, conflict with family member, conflict with friends, that can create stress. There are also called internal conflict, intrapersonal conflict, conflict within ourselves. Suppose I have 2 options. I have to select any one option. Either I can join the job, or I have to pursue the higher study. In that case, my conflict, I will experience conflict, that is called intrapersonal conflict within myself, and that conflict can create stress. Then internal pressure means my expectation. मेरा कुछ एक्सपेक्टेशन है अपने आप से, मैं कुछ करना चाहती हूँ, मैं कुछ हासिल करना चाहती हूँ, कुछ डिग्री पाना चाहती हूँ. This kind of internal expectations can create stress. Social pressure means social expectations, society का, family का जो expectation होते हैं हम लोगों से, that वो expectation भी हम लोगों में stress create कर सकता है. Then social stress. Social stress are stress which is located in the social environment and within the interaction with other people. Social stress are like death of someone, illness in the family, problematic relationship. These are different kind of social stress. So far that what we have discussed, it seems that stress is bad and we do not need stress in our life. But this is not right. This is wrong. We need some amount of stress in our life. Without stress, we will not perform. If I don't have exam related stress, I am not going to study. But if the stress is too high, that can hamper our performance. Hunt Shelley differentiated between the eustress and the distress. Stress that enhance our performance, that improve our performance is known as eustress. But stress which is not resolved, which is persistent, which is beyond our coping ability are known as distress. Eustress has following characteristics. Eustress motivates people, eustress energizes individual, it brings excitement, it improves performance, and we perceive that we can cope with the stressful situation. Eustress are also those stress which are associated with positive life events, like marriage, having a child, promotion, starting a new job. So having a child, obviously it is a positive life event, but at the same time it brings lot of responsibilities. So these responsibilities can be source of stress, but this stress is positive because it is associated with positive life event. Distress or negative stress. Distress are those stress which cause anxiety, unpleasant feelings, which are beyond our coping ability. It can hamper our performance. It can have negative impact in our mental and physical well-being. Distress are also those stress which are associated with negative life events like death of loved one, losing our job, financial crisis, etc. Next we'll discuss different sources of stress. So sources of stress, we can divide it into three categories: life events, daily hassles, and traumatic events. Life events means changes in our life. If we encounter many major changes within a very short period of time, that can be stressful because we have to adjust with new situation, with new environment, and these changes can disrupt our daily routine activities, so that can be stressful. Let me give you one example. Suppose I am changing my job frequently. After every 3 months or 4 months, I am changing my job. So every time I change my job, I have to adjust with new roles and responsibilities of the new job. I have to adjust with the new work environment. So this can bring stress in my life. Next source of stress is daily hustles. Daily hustles means the problem that we face in our day-to-day life. Suppose I have to submit my assignment, but my laptop is not working. Suppose there's a problem of electricity. Suppose there's a problem of water supply, or I have to pay my electric bill or my internet bill, but I'm not getting time to do that. So time pressure. So daily hassles are the daily day-to-day life stress, day-to-day life problems that create stress in our life. Then traumatic events are negative events. It can be natural disasters like tsunami, earthquake, cyclone. It can be some negative events like robbery, accidents. So these events are also bring stress in our life. Next we will discuss cognitive theory of stress. Cognitive theory of stress was given by Lazarus and Folkman. Lazarus distinguished between two kinds of appraisal, primary and secondary. According to Lazarus, whenever we encounter a negative situation, we use primary appraisal. Like we appraise the situation whether it is challenging or it is threatening. If we feel that the negative situation helped me to grow, helped me to learn something, then we perceive the situation challenging. In that case, my stress level will be low. But if I perceive the situation as threatening, means the situation or the event can bring damage in the future, then that case we will use secondary appraisal. Means we will see whether I have enough resources to handle the threatening situation. If I perceive that I have enough resources to handle the threatening situation, in that case my stress level will be low. But if I perceive that I don't have enough resources to deal with the stressful situation, in that case my stress level will be very high. So the way we appraise the situation determines our psychological, behavioral, emotional, cognitive reaction to the stressful stimulus. Another thing is that the appraisal is very much subjective, very much personal, and it can vary from one individual to another individual. Like the same situation may one individual perceive as challenging, while other individual may perceive as threatening. And eventually that perception will determine their reaction to the situation.